Hi, cutie. I was so happy to get your text. Come on in. I am never going to stop calling you that. You've been a little cutie ever since you were born, and you always will be. I'm your mother, so I know that better than anyone else. Does it feel weird to be back in the house you grew up in? I did redecorate a bit, but it's not all that different, is it? Good. You may not live here anymore, but I want this place to always feel like home to you. Go ahead and sit down. Do you want some tea? I thought so. I just made some. Just a second. So, how have you been, cutie? I haven't been hearing from you a whole lot. Is everything working out? Now that you're out there on your own. No, I get it. With that new job and moving into a new place with new roommates, you're bound to be busy. Still, I'd love to hear from you whenever you can find the time. It makes my day when you call or even just send a text. But anyway, fill me in. I want to hear all about what life is like now that you're an adult. That's great news. Oh, it makes me so happy to hear you're being appreciated at your new job. Not everyone is as lucky, you know. Not that I'm really surprised. I already knew you put a lot of effort into whatever you're working on, so if you can be convinced to start in the first place, that is. I'm just teasing. I'm sure you're doing well now, but it was a nightmare to get you to do chores when you were younger. But in all seriousness, I am so proud of you. I remember when you were young, how I sometimes worried that I couldn't picture you out in the world all on your own, but now I don't think I could picture you any other way. You've become so independent and capable. Do you think... well, would you mind if I stroked your hair? You know, the way I used to. I know you're not a little kid anymore, but I always loved doing that. Thanks, cutie. Come here and sit a bit closer for me, okay? I remember how you used to enjoy this. Every time I used to do this, you would try and wriggle your way out of my arms. You always had to pretend that you didn't like sitting with your mom, but after I got a few strokes in, you'd just start to enjoy it and pretend that you were just too tired to fight me anymore. It was the cutest thing. No, you don't have to get away from me. I probably couldn't stop you anymore. Besides, I don't think it would be as cute to wrestle with a full-grown adult. Now, I'm sure you don't want to have to answer this, but I have to ask. Are you taking care of yourself? You cleaning your room? Are you using deodorant regularly? Are you eating things that aren't frozen or fast food? I know, it's so stereotypical, huh? But there's a reason for that. Those are all the things that you need to make sure you make a habit, and it's really easy when you're young to ignore them in the moment. It seems like there are so many more important things to worry about, but lots of little choices can really add up. And you know, each good choice makes the next one easier. If you're having trouble getting motivated to do one big, important thing, it might be because you're slacking off on the little things. It sets a precedent, you know? But I don't want to lecture you too much. I know how hard you've been working, and I really can't stress enough that I'm so proud. I've always felt really lucky as a parent to have a child like you. So everything's good then? You're not struggling with anything? Uh-oh, I know that look. No, I definitely know that look. You make that face whenever you're trying to hide something from me. Come on, what is it? Shh, Hey, you can talk to me, cutie. You don't have to worry about me judging you or scolding you. I want to know what's happening in your life, and maybe I can help. Come on, what's wrong? Please tell me. Dating trouble, huh? Well, that's bound to happen. Hey, it's okay. Don't for even a second think it's because you're unlikable or because you wouldn't make a good partner. That's not it at all, I guarantee it. Sometimes you just get a bit of a dry spell. There's a lot of luck involved in finding someone you're compatible with, and sometimes you just run into a lot of people that are looking for something different. Shh, hey, come here. Let me hold you for a bit, cutie. There's no rush to find a partner, you know. Finding someone to spend your time with is wonderful, but until that happens, you can still be happily single. That's not a bad thing. You don't need to feel like you're missing out or that time is running out for you. Just keep dating as much as you're comfortable with and enjoy your life. It's like that old saying, time flies when you're having fun. If you can learn to just be as happy as you are now, all that dating will just fly by, and before you know it, someone will enter your life. That's how it worked for me. This feels familiar. When you were really little, you'd always run up to me whenever you're upset and just snuggle right in. The sound of my heartbeat always seemed to be able to calm you down no matter what had happened, and I hope it's still at least a little comforting to you now. In fact, I remember the first day I dropped you off at school. You were so nervous about being alone with all those kids, but you said, "But Mommy, who's gonna make all the bad go away when I get sad?" I told you that you could always go to the teacher if you needed it. I didn't really think about what that would entail at the time. Your teacher told me later that you kept trying to climb into her lap like you would with me. We had to talk about that afterwards, and you told me, she doesn't sound as nice as you anyway. It was cute. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It was a really nice memory. I would always think back on it once you got into that phase where you had to pretend to hate your parents. It was disheartening sometimes, but that memory reminded me that you really did love me. Sorry, I know that I'm reminiscing a lot today. It's funny, once you moved out, I suddenly started remembering all those things that happened when you were little. I guess it's a lot quieter now that you're gone. It makes me remember all the mischief you used to make. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. You would cause trouble sometimes, of course, all kids do, but you also made things interesting, unpredictable, exciting even. And not just when you were little either. Even as a teenager, you would always come home with some sort of story to tell me. An adventure you'd been on, some new thing you wanted to try. I kind of miss it. And listen to me go on. We were talking about how things are going for you, not me. No, really. I'm fine. It's been an adjustment, but I'm just happy that things are going okay. Dating is hard, for sure, but that's the same for almost everybody. I stressed about it a lot when I was your age, too. As long as you keep taking care of yourself, then I'll be happy. I want you to succeed more than anything. Well, if you really mean that, then all I ask are for more visits like this one. If I can see you often, then I think this place won't feel so empty. I know I'm a bit out of the way, so I'm not going to insist that you come every single week, unless you want to. Or maybe I could come over to your place sometimes. I don't want to overstep my boundaries. I know you deserve some independence after living with me your entire life. Oh, that's really sweet. Well, we can figure all that out later, I guess. For now, I was actually wondering if you wanted to stay for dinner. Great. I'm willing to bet you haven't had a really good homemade meal in a while. Am I right? It's actually already in the oven. It should be ready soon. If you wouldn't mind helping me set the table first, we can eat right away. Thanks, cutie. I love you so much. Thank you, cutie, so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you could do me the huge favor of subscribing and making sure you have your notifications turned on. I release one ASMR video every single week, and I don't want you to miss it. Now, before we close up, I'd like to make a personalized thank you to all of my Patreons. You guys are the backbone of what keeps my household going, and I can't thank you enough. So thank you so much to Jopos, Argonaut, Golbez, Electrified Zap, Jordan, Crazy Guy, Theo B, Monocled Unicorn, Tony, Traveling Spartan, Matchstick Wick Box, Gunslinger Blues, Siphon, Trey, Tekadan, Thomas, Minister Blade, The Hero, Colin, That Guy Solstice, Ben Kundick, Macho Camacho, Silent Sage, Gus Daniels, Michihara, Psycho, Cool Dudes, Delta, Butter King, Gabe, Gigaratsu, Nick, Slayer, Senpai, Torito, Dark Rose, Dave, Trent, Master, Goon Squad, Christopher Spicer, Patrick Morgan, Luke Marshall, Bryant Irene, Soul Dad Guy, The Blarf and Garf, Merrick Toronto, Shadow Warrior, and Byron. Cuties, thank you so much for your ongoing support, and I will see you next weekend in the next video.